Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zidane Hamid and I'm 8 years old. And today, welcome to our 9th book review. And today, we are going to take a review on Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by J.K. Rowling. It's something like creatures from the Harry Potter series, the Harry Potter world. Now see, I did this review before, remember that? You might have seen that. Now see, that was the past. Look, the past is behind us. We just flushed it away. Flush it down the toilet. Throw it down over there. Just like Stalin kicked out Trotsky out of the Russian Revolution. We just kicked out that. That's out of the picture. Just like Henry of the Tudors in England just chopped off Anne Boleyn's head, we have just flushed it down the toilet. Now, welcome to the new era. That was nothing. That was nothing. Now, this is the real book. This is the real book review. Now, I'm going to tell you really that now, today is the real book review, the real Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. That was just a tiny corner of that establishment. At least we'll have more book reviews than this one. Anyway, as you know, how many of them are there? I even skipped them in the past. Anyway, today we are going to do a bit more of them. I mean, it's 90 pages, but it's going to take a lot of minutes. Now, see, there are a lot of them. Mostly, I'm not going to take all of them, but we are going to put most of them, the highlights. The highlights of which were actually more, rated than 5x's, which means really dangerous. I'm just going to do that once. So, I'm going to do first, start it in Borneo. I mean, acromantulas, these are real bad. These things are capable, some capable, but they're capable of walking 8 centimeters long, so big you can't even imagine. That's what it is. And these spiders, they're something like in the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. In Wonderful Wizard of Oz, you might see that, check that book review, you're gonna know when the spider comes in the end. That's something like that. That's a acromantula. That's the definition of acromantula. There's some giant-legged 8 spider which lives in Borneo, which has a red eye and something between it. That is a some type of acromantula which has these big silvery type of eggs, and that is an acromantula. Second, in B, you see, B is gonna have a lot, and I was just giving you just a little example of what A was. Now see, A was something, it's an acromantula, but there's also, in A, it also starts, there's an argui. An argui is this bird which is some type of Irish phoenix. It's not a phoenix, but it's some type of green bird which moans constantly, which is so frightening to wizards in the Harry Potter world that they even, they have a heart attack. Well, you see, Eric the Oddball is known to have slept in a room containing no fewer than 50 pet arguis. He, was a crazy guy, he was something like attempt the impossible. Like people were giving the wizards got heart attacks from listening to arguis. He got 50 arguis in a room. When people thought that foopers were getting people to drive insane, he just started to come on foopers. He just wanted to show them that it doesn't make you insane and you don't get a heart attack when you just listen to it. Now, by the way, he didn't got his report so convinced. He didn't get it so convinced because, he thought he was a ghost after listening to them after a month. So that means that, Eric the Oddball, every experiment is just a bluff, just something called addition. It's just edited. Something which is edited, not edited really, but unconvinced, unsuccessful, something like that. Now, from B, it's gonna be till, it's not, till Z, it's you liar. You just put it, they say A to Z of Fantastic Beasts. But from that look, it's only till Y. I don't think so why it happens, because, this book, it has a lot of lying things which are not, real, because in the Harry Potter world, you see, there's something else. There is some other creatures which are not mentioned in this. So, you can say that this is not, if you're not a fan of the Harry Potter series, you don't have to read this book just to add all the creatures, because, it has something which is, some really liar things in it, so you don't have to rely on this book anyway. B is for basilisk, or otherwise the king of serpents, something like a king cobra, or something which is more greenish in color like a bamboo snake, and it is also the male having a scarlet plume on its head. Anybody suffering into this, anybody seeing into this will suffer instant death. Now see, that's what I'm talking about. You see, they're gonna bring some more liar things. I mean, it's not like this. They're gonna bring like, they also bring a lot of doubts in this. They doubted that there is an Arkmantula colony in Scotland. Why it is confirmed? You see, people are even adding footnotes in this. You see, there are going to be some footnotes. Look. There are going to be some footnotes. Footnotes. You see, footnotes. They're putting footnotes. It's so liar. Look, it's a lie. It's a bluff. It's nothing but a lie and a bluff, because you see, they're putting footnotes like "you liar," confirmed by Harry Potter, something like that. I mean, everything is against them, nothing in their praise. I mean that they are accusing this book of outdated information and nothing but just a bluff. Just like in Animal Farm, Snowball was kicked out by Napoleon, just like Leo Trotsky was kicked out by Stalin. Something like that. They're so much outdated in this. So that's why I decided not to tell all of these things to you, because they're not going to be so reliable information in Harry Potter worlds. So, skipping the B, we are going on to the C. C will come in chair puzzles. Chair puzzles are these small, tiny parasites which are nothing but a 2-inch long. But they actually just finish people up. They just put electrical appliances, boom, dead. All electrical appliances and artifacts belonging to Muggles were all destroyed because of this little parasite, 20 meters long. But by the way, they give it XX. Why they give it harmful? If they are harmless, if they have this power to destroy electrical appliances. D is for dragon. And dragon is given a 5XXXX, a 5 rating, because it's really dangerous. And even there are some types of dragons, and there are the Antillean Oblay, Chinese Fireball, Hungarian Hornetry, Ukrainian Iron Belly, and Romanian Longhorn, common Welsh Green, English Blackhorn, and something like that. They are all dragons. Anyway, we moved on to dragons. We're going too fast. We're too fast. But it's a 90-page book, so we don't have to go fast. We have to. I told you this is not reliable. I'm going to go ahead and show you how reliable they are not in the Harry Potter world. They are so different, not reliable. Anyway, we are just going to get one letter full. F. Now, F is for, let's see, what we should put in F. Yes, F is for, F is for, D is for dragon. We are just going to put the highlights because, we don't have to put, F is for yes, I've got it. But before that, let's go on E. E is for Erkling. Erkling is like something like, picture high-pitched cackle, something, you might see the review of the wiki, but we are going to flush that review down the toilet. That was nothing. We are going to bring the real review of the witches, but I'm saying that the Erkling is something like something in the witches, which pitches a high cackle sound, tries to devour children. I mean something to put like the witches, something like the witches. That's what an Erkling is. It's sort of like a dwarf or some type of, not a dwarf, but we can say some elf. Yes, an elf. That's the word I'm looking for. Apart from elves, and speaking of elves, I mean there are a lot of other elves, but they're not such a dangerous elf. Speaking of elves, there are also leprechauns, leprechauns. There are also elves. But, you see, there are also elf-friends. Elf-friends, they should be given a 5 classification. People give 4. Why they given it 4? See, I told you this is a liar book. This is just a bluff. It should be given 5. Because their friends, they're rhinos, and then they have this magical fluid, and then, these horns which can explode anything. No wonder why they give it 4. Now, see, that's what people do. On F is for Fooper. Fooper is given a 3 because even people give it to pets. I told you, people have, been driven to insanity by this bird. This thing is also used in quails, and it is also has colors of lime green, green, pink, purple, and green. I said green 2 times. Never mind that. Now see, Eric the oddball, or let's say old Eric, came again. He wants to now prove again that this is just a bluff. I just want to say that it's not gonna drive you to insanity. It's nothing. No insanity. Not a single insanity. And then at last he listened to it 1 month continuous, came to prove his reports wearing nothing but a dead badger. Now see, what is the problem with Eric Oddball? The oddball. That's why we say him oddball. Eric the oddball. What is the problem with him? Such an odd name. He's also an oddball. He also proves things wrong, and he is also wrong. So I don't know why he did this again. And now, G is for genome. Genome is something like some bulged dwarf, very little, at least more than a foot, just like the size of this finger. And genomes, this is genomes, something like that. Genomes are pests. Just, they are giving a 2. They should give in 1. Boring, really boring. Why did they give it 2? Seriously, can you keep a pest as a pet? 2 is for harmless and pets. And can you keep a genome as a pet? That's why I think it should be put in boring, because it's really boring. Second, you can't keep a pet. Can't keep it a pet. So genome is something like a thing with a big brain, bulged out head, and which is small as a dwarf, more smaller than a dwarf. That is a genome. Now, H is for yes. H should be for Hungarian horned tribe, because it's a type of dragon and the most dangerous of all dragons. And that is, it is with green scales, which is also known to kill kangaroos, carry off ships off the coast of Hungary, and that's where it remains, the most dangerous of all dragons. No harmless. It's all harmful. It's, a big beast which is just, gonna throw everything out of control. I is for imp. Imp is something like a fairy, more than a fairy, because you see, the doxy is something that bites. It's gonna be a venomous fairy. Imp, on the other hand, is nothing but a fairy which is dull and no intelligence, nothing like something. So it's just gonna be given in the 1x, because it's given 2x, it's again another big mistake, not reliable. It should be given 1x. It's so boring. So that is the only one in the I classification. So after that comes, yes, J. J is for Jarvie. Jarvie is something like more of a talking ferret. Yes, a ferret, which always says something rude like, snap out of it, and just he says always rude phrases, and he always insults people. And that thing is like a ferret. Yes, it only talks, but it can't talk, simple, short sentences, not a sentence. He can only talk words. And he loves genomes. Genomes, you see, I talked about genomes. To remove garden pests, they used Jarvies. So Jarvies, they eat a lot of genomes. So after J comes K. K is for Kappa. What is Kappa? You see, Kappa, it's a funny name. Kappa is some type of monkey. It's a monkey with fish scales in front of fur. Instead of fur, it has fish scales. And it is something that can devour and eat humans, attack them, suck human blood. But if you throw a cucumber with a person's name carved in it, then you can trick it, and you can trick the Kappa into bowing. Then the Kappa, where he has his water in his hand, he bows, and then he's just deprived of all his sense, because water came out of him. After J comes K, and after K comes L. And L is for, now we are gonna talk about a Lola bug. Lola bug is found at the bottom of a North Sea. A Lola bug is something like some type of, some type of fish, and that lullaby, it's gonna be given 2. I can give it a 2x because if you give it, you can give it a 2x because it is harmless, it can't eat people, so it's gonna go in a 2x. Now after J comes K, and after L comes M. M is for murtlap. Murtlap is something like a castration, some type of rat castration, and this rat type seashell can eat other sea creatures and the feet of anyone who is foolish enough to step on them. N is for niffler. Niffler is some type of thing, some type of groundhog which buries in the ground, and it is living in a burrow. It likes to hide treasure. It's used by goblins mostly used by goblins to just put their treasure inside. And niffler should not be kept in a home. It's gonna ruin your work. Kick them out, hit them out, throw them out. That's what a niffler is. That's a niffler, and it shouldn't be kept in the home, but it is very affectionate and loving. So I don't know what should be kept for a niffler, but I say it should be 3 X's. Let's skip it till Q. Q is for quintaped. Now see, when I talked about the 5 X's, quintaped is one of them, and quintaped is something which is not so good. It's nasty, totally nasty. Like it's something like a 5-legged reddish brown creature with no sense of humor, no sense of anything. It just has his opinion to kill, born to kill. That's the quintaped motto. Now see, we all know it's only found on the Isle of Dread, which is made unplottable. Unplottable means not safe for human use because they'll all devour them. People will be eaten like peanuts in a second. People say that the MacBoons and the MacLiverts, they had this wizarding. The MacLiverts actually killed one of the MacBoons chief, and then the MacBoons were the MacLiverts, their chief died, and then they were so furious on the MacBoons that a gang of MacLiverts surrounded the entire MacBoon city and threw them on fire. I mean, literally. What did it do? I don't want to talk about it. You better close this book now, because they turned into 5 reddish brown, disgusting, born to kill motto, quintaped. And these quintapes were nothing but nasty. And they couldn't wield a wand, they couldn't take a wand until they realized that yes, they have done a huge mistake. And then all of them were gobbled like peanuts in a second, nobody remaining. Now the quintapes thought that now nobody has a wand to yield. Now they're gonna be stuck as quintapes for the rest of their life. They can't be even transformed because as they have been captured, they couldn't be captured because they are hairy MacBoons. So as the story comes, that's why maybe their name is hairy MacBoons. That's a quintape. R is for Runspoor. A Runspoor is something like, a three-headed snake. One is the dreamer. The dreamer is something like the centerhead. He's like gonna dream everything that like something that we are gonna have a big thing, something big for them, treasure and this and that. Runspoor can be stuck for 3 days stationary because of their dreams, like going to sleep for 3 days. The right head is the criticizer, which always hisses on every plan of the left head, the evaluator who thinks of plans, modify it, make the roadmap. That's where the right head comes in. He is the critic. He hisses at every plan. So that's why the middle and the red and the right, the middle and the left bite off the right head because about the critics. That's why there's always a 2-headed Runspoor. S is for silverfish. Silverfish is like something, you know about it. It's a fish which is silver and which is found in a sea. So it's gonna be, 2 axes, because 2 axes is gonna fit for this guy. Now, after S, T. is for, T is for, we can say, T is for troll. Troll. It's, something which is really good. Troll, I'm the grumpy old troll, and trolls are shown everywhere. They're even internet trolls these days. Trolls are like, trolls everybody picture is, trolls hiding under bridges, jumping on people, frightening them out, eating them up. That's what people think about trolls. But this thing, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, they are a little bit different. They give 3 types of trolls: mountain trolls, forest trolls, and river trolls. Grumpy old trolls, everybody shows them, picture them hiding under a bridge. They're river trolls. Forest trolls are the one who lives in forests. And at last, the mountain trolls, they are the most fiercest, boldest, and, devourers. They devour everybody up. After that comes U. U is for unicorn. You're gonna say in unicorn, pretty much they give it a 4x. I don't know why they give it a 4x. Unicorns are harmless. So we can say that this is another not so much reliable source of information, because unicorns, they should be given a 2 classification. But they put a footnote somewhere on one creature that they've given it because it is very difficult to capture. And by capturing, you mean something else. After U comes X. X we are gonna see, yes. Let me see an X. I think, yes. I told you they are liars. They are things. They think that they're not, so reliable. I told you they are liars. Then they didn't give it, clapping for them. They didn't give X in there. Now see, this is one dictionary which is not reliable. W is for werewolf. Werewolves, everybody pictures them as a, gruesome bunch of them. Bloodthirsty animals which come on the, not bloodthirsty, humans who come on the full moon as a werewolf. Something like bloodthirsty animals who kill everybody else. 5 X's. 5 X's. Total 5 X's. I mean not 5 X's. 10 X's for them. They are so dangerous. 10 X's. That is a werewolf. And a werewolf cannot be repelled. It is something like if a person is eaten by a werewolf, he becomes a werewolf. Everybody knows that. Now, Y is the last one. I mean, they see, I told you, they won't give a Z. They didn't give it. Totally, they didn't give a Z. And now, Y. Y is for, yes. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. I thought you guessed it. Now you might know. Yeti. Of course it was a Yeti. The Yeti, the abdominal snowman. Yes, that's everybody says that. Everybody knows that. It's an abdominal snowman and it's a Yeti. Gonna give it 5 X's. It's not, they give it 4 X's, but it should be given 5 X's. And the Yeti, this something out of Area 51. Mary had a little lamb and its fleece was white as snow. I mean, I'm talking about the white fleece. And something like a werewolf. I mean, it is something like that. It's a mix of all these 3 things. White fleece, something like an alien from Area 51. That's what it is. And now you see this Yeti, it's gonna devour anybody who comes in its path. So you can see how Yeti is gonna be given 5x. But it can be repelled from fire. So that is a Yeti. Sorry for telling you that Z couldn't make the cut in this. I don't think so. This is not reliable information, so you just don't think about it. I just told you just because we have to just take a little trip, just take a little chip in the Harry Potter series, just to see all the creatures, not all of them, but the major highlights, the major 5 X's, 4 X's, and 3 X's, not the 2 X's, 1 X's. They are just boring. That's why I didn't mention some of them here. Well, that's it for today. And if you want to see more videos, go to my website, zidaneham.com, or even log into my Facebook page. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be waiting for your feedback. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.